Hello friends. So in my last three episodes I talked about Francis Bacon and his three dictums. Do you remember that? So number one dictum was that some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, and some few are to be chewed and digested, isn't it? And in my second episode I discussed the second dictum of Francis Bacon, that is, history makes men wise, poets witty, and mathematics shorten. Okay? And in my last video, the third dictum was discussed, and that was reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing a perfect man. So these were the three dictums or advices that Francis Bacon gave it to us. Now today, let me discuss certain other things which also Francis Bacon discussed in his famous essay. You know, Francis Bacon is also called the father of English essays. So in his essay, the famous essay of studies, he also shared with us that lazy people avoid studies, simple people appreciate studies, and wise people apply them to life. So whenever we gather some knowledge, if I am wise enough, then I must make use of what I have learned, right? Insofar as yesterday's discussion was concerned, the second point which Francis Bacon advanced was that conference ready man. Conference makes a man ready. Conference means a discussion. But insofar as that discussion is concerned, Francis Bacon also shared with us and rather cautioned us about number one should not try to display his knowledge. Rather, his intention should be to gather knowledge in course of discussion. See, a very clear caution has been given by Francis Bacon, and that is that one should not try to display his knowledge in course of discussion. Rather, it should be always his intention to gather knowledge through that discussion. This is the number one point. Number two, one should not try to win arguments. Rather, his motive should be to know what is true. You see, while engaging in any discussion, if instead of discussing the things, certain issues, certain matters, certain facts, circumstances, if we enter into an argument, then the whole purpose of discussion will be defeated and we will learn nothing. Rather, the purpose of discussion should always be to know what is true. See, whatever my knowledge is there, it may not be perfect. So in course of discussion, I should try to gather additional information also so that my knowledge gets solidified. The third point which Bacon shared with us is that one should give scope to others to speak instead of speaking himself. You see, it is a very bad habit and very bad manner in a discussion. You will find often a particular person is so fond of speaking that he goes on speaking like a garrulous person, like a chatterbox. So we should keep in our mind that we should not be one such like that. That we should neither be a garrulous person nor we should be a chatterbox. Rather, we should allow others to speak so that from others also we can learn the things. Fourth point is that one should ask a question to learn more but not to embarrass others. You see, this is the fourth caution that has been given by Bacon for discussion. in order to make a discussion fruitful. One should ask question to learn more, but not to embarrass others. Your question should not be such that it makes people uneasy. Instead, your purpose of putting forward any question should always be to elicit information, to know more. That should be the intention behind asking any question. The fifth point is that in discussion there should be humor also, otherwise it will be dull. But no humor to be made on religion or in respect of any great person or any weakness of other. You see, in course of discussion, if some jest is made by someone, then it becomes very much lively, it becomes enjoyable. So, it should be ensured that in course of discussion, someone makes some jest, cut some jokes. But at the same time, one has to remember that such jokes should not be in respect of any religion, in respect of any great person, or in respect of any weakness of any person. Otherwise, if we do so, then the purpose of this discussion will again be defeated. The sixth point about which Bacon cautioned us is that it is also to be ensured that no one goes on speaking endlessly. In such case, one has to intervene and dissuade him to stop so that others can also speak. Because a discussion becomes altogether a fruitful one only when everybody participates in that, everybody shares his knowledge about a particular topic or a particular issue, and only in that case a discussion becomes really meaningful, purposeful and fruitful. So please try to remember these points, friends, and that at the very beginning what I told, it is also to be taken care of, that lazy people avoid studies, simple people appreciate them, and wise people apply them to life. So you need to be a wise person so that whatever you gather throughout your such studies, these things come as an help to you in your future life. So thank you very much, and wish you all the best.